Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the chairman of the committee, Mr. Lucas, for your help and your support in this, as well as the big picture bill, H.R. 4413, which is a necessary and reasonable approach to the modest reforms that are needed to the overall legislation. The measure includes badly needed reforms and policy changes that are necessary for the CFTC to run more efficiently, stabilize the commodities industry, and ensure continued growth in our agricultural sector. The U.S. needs regulatory relief for end users and certainty for our markets. That's why I'm pleased to report that my legislation, H.R. 1038, Mr. Chairman mentioned, which passed the House on June 12, 2013 with unanimous support, is included in this bill. H.R. 1038, the Public Power Risk Management Act, is a targeted reform that protects over 47 million Americans from unnecessary electricity and natural gas rate increases. These 47 million Americans are ratepayers of over 2,000 publicly owned utilities who use swaps and energy futures to manage their risks and stabilize costs. Unfortunately, the Dodd-Frank Act, which was intended to make reforms for our nation's financial industry, has inadvertently restricted public utilities' access to natural gas, electricity, and other energy futures. For example, in my own district, the City of Reading's municipal utility, limitations to hedging options in the future will increase the cost to their customers. This unintended consequence of Dodd-Frank is negatively impacting utilities in many congressional districts across the United States. The impact of this limitation means fewer sources and fewer options of energy for publicly owned utilities, which translates into higher costs for millions of American ratepayers. H.R. 4413 will bring relief to commodity end users, utility ratepayers, and the greater agriculture community, a vital asset to our nation. Let's keep this country and our ag community growing and doing business by passing this common sense piece of legislation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back the balance of my time. Gentlemen.